Saya, your face. Wait, is it the same face as Monica? It's the same face! Like their same eye position, the same... Even their hair sort of curves the same way, a little bit. But that smile is exactly the same. Except Saya's position shows a little bit more teeth. I'm back. Doki Doki. Shoot me. I feel like I say that every single time. Shoot me. Knowing this game, it's going to be the one to shoot me. It's the day of the festival. Well, don't worry. If there's going to be any lady smooching, I got the ultimate weapon right here. It's called garlic, broccoli, and white cheese pizza. No fucking girl from Miles is going to want to make out with that. Ah, shit, I forgot my water. I'll be right back. You know, I'm not even going to cut this out. You guys can watch me walk over, get the water. Okay, we are back to Doki Sniper Simulator. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. Oh, dear. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Okay. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be neatly complete. Okay. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. Sayori and Natsuki... Oh no. He's picking for me. Sayori... No, Ross. Ross, bad. Pick one. I don't care if you go against my choices and go with Natsuki, but don't pick both. Come on, I'm with this ride as much as you are. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Okay. At least he recognizes Monica exists. But he has not mentioned Yuri in a while, and that scares me. Ross, you're the first one here. Wowee. Where the hell's the sound? Don't tell me the headset was like... Alright, you know, we need to test this. Let's open up the NES emulator. And play some Zelda. Okay, now we're good. We got the sound, so it's just being really quiet. This game always has music playing whenever there's other characters. I mean, yesterday with the Depression Simulator, it had some music. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Who's Yuri? Oh, you know, the other member of our club? Tall? Purple hair? Duh. Don't be so silly, Monica. We don't have anyone like that here. That's a good one. Anyway, seriously, where's Yuri at? I kinda need to talk to her about some things. Ross, are you feeling okay? Did you hit your head on the way here? No, I don't believe so. Oh. Oh. Well, I hope you feel better then, Ross. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks of her classroom. In the classroom. It's not her classroom. They must be the one she prepared that she had all the poems we're performing. Dude, she had quite a bit of work. I'll be honest. All 3 of us did. Poor Yuri must be having a fucking aneurysm due to how much workload she had. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Okay, so he found one online. And it wasn't specified, right? Yep. Oh, I said random poem. Shit. Well, if he says random poem, I guess it can't be one I think is... Okay, well, let's just pretend they just searched up poems and somehow he stumbled upon Sestina. So he's performing Sestina by that one lady. Here. I'll perform it for you guys right now. I'll perform Sestina. A Sestina poem by Sestina poem. Alright. No. Elizabeth Bishop. Elizabeth Bishop, you might know her. She is a prominent feminist author and writer. September falls rain on the house. In the failing light, the old grandmother sits in the kitchen with the child beside the little marble stove, reading the jokes from the almanac, laughing and talking to hide her tears. She thinks that her equinoctial tears, I love that word, tears and the rain that beats on the roof of the house were both foretold by the almanac, but only known to a grandmother. The iron kettle sings on the stove. She cuts some bread and says to the child, "It's time for tea now." But the child is watching the tea kettle's small hard tears dance like mad on a hot black stove, the way the rain must dance on the house. Tidying up, the old grandmother hangs up the clever almanac. On its string, bird-like, the almanac hovers half open above the child, hovers above the old grandmother and her teacup full of dark brown tears. She shivers and says she thinks the house feels chilly, and puts more wood in the stove. "It was to be," says the marble stove. "I know what I know," says the almanac. With crayons, the child draws a rigid house and a winding pathway. Then the child puts in a man with buttons like tears and shows it proudly to the grandmother. But secretly, while the grandmother busies herself about the stove, the little moons fall down like tears from between the pages of the almanac into the flower bed the child has carefully placed in the front of the house. "Time to plant tears," says the almanac. The grandmother sings to the marvelous stove, and the child draws another inscrutable house. What a great poem. I love it. Good poem. Good poem. Probably the only good Sestina I've seen. I mean, I've seen like 2, maybe 3 good Sestinas. It is so hard to make a good Sestina. And you want to know why? Well, if you didn't already pick up on it, every single stanza is comprised of, I believe, 6 words. In her case, it was almanac, stove, tears, child, house, and was it grandmother? Yeah, grandmother. Almanac, child, grandmother, tears, house, stove. And what she needs to do is she needs to, or what you need to do Sestina, is to reorganize those 6 words at the end of every single line. Not only that, but you need to make sure that you do not have the same pattern twice of those 6 the 6 words in the same order. And whatever you end the stanza with, so say you ended with almanac, the first line of the next stanza must also end with almanac. If you want to tell me how you can make that sound as natural as it does in that poem, be my fucking guest. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Going back to business. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. Suddenly remember? Wait, you weren't being coy about that? Oh, Ross, really? And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. Okay, well, it's a little bit more fair. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. It didn't give me the choice. So this Ross is free of that burden. That is all on you, Ross. Ha 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 ha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Ross. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kinda left her hanging this morning, you know? Monica, who are you? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But... I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? No. That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so, Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Okay, either you're the creepiest of the four, or you're an angel, and you're trying to bless my experience and make everything better for me. Maybe maybe she isn't some evil demon, and she's actually just the beautiful angel watching over me, hoping and praying that I do okay. Oh, good lord. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. I made sure I only used blood for 2 or 3 of them. I ran out of red ink, so, you know, prick the finger and all that. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets, laid it down on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I hope that they're outlined in such a way where each of the poems are done in a different text and font. That is one of the misgivings of PowerPoints. You need to keep a pretty consistent font throughout. Unless you're making highlights or shit like that, then maybe you could change the font. Maybe. More I change the size. But for pamphlets and poems and shit like this, you want to make sure that you have a different style and font. It gives it more personality. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. Ooh, what's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Uh-oh. No! 0 divided by 0 is the name of this poem. You fucking son of a bitch. Monica, you put this in the goddamn pamphlet. You son of a... 0 divided by 0 by Sayori. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Fucking go, fucking go, fucking go! What is this? Ross, sometimes in a man's life, the window is the only option. I don't give a fuck what floor this is. Get out. Get out of my head? No. Get out of the room. Now, at your quickest convenience. Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Oh, do you now? Really? 'Cause I have a pit everywhere. I don't have a stomach anymore, actually. Ross? What's wrong? Nothing at all. Monica, can we talk about this poem for a second? This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. Oh, really? Oh, really? Does it feel different now? No, I didn't pick up on that, actually. I was more terrified by the fact that she repeated "get out of my head" no less than 25 times. No, I didn't actually think it was that different overall. It still had all the feelings, the heart, the cutesy, the bottles, and all that other fun shit in there. What time do you think it was that Sayori called Monica in the middle of the night to let her know, "Hi, it's Sayori. How you doing, Monica?" "Oh, how are you doing, Sayori? How's the rigid depression going?" I'm fighting it anyway. I just wanted to let you know that, I wanted to submit a change for my poem." "Oh, did you now? Well, yeah, it's kind of annoying to change the poem fucking 20 minutes before I gotta wake up, but that's okay, Sayori. What'd you want to change the poem to?" "Oh, nothing much. It's called 0 divided by 0. Ooh, that sounds nice. What's it about?" "Oh, it's about the fact that I'm gonna fucking murder Ross tomorrow." Anyway, I faxed it to you. "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. My fax machine hasn't worked for 50 years. By the way, did I mention I'm 72? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Anyway, this poem, oh, it's great. Let me tell ya, I took all of 3 seconds to write this, and it's nothing but my suicidal fucking rampage, brought out in the form of a death note. So anyway, what guns do you recommend for... No, it's not going to be a match. It's more like a personal shooting, stabbing situation. Oh, well, I personally recommend a Bowie knife, and nothing is better than a pacemaker. Let me tell you, pacemakers are top tier. Oh, I'll try that. Thank you, Monica. Anyway, I'll try to get this patched up into the new pamphlets I have to make. I ran out of red ink, so I'm gonna have to 95% use my blood for them. Oh, no, that's fine. You really only need to make it onto one pamphlet. Just make sure to hand that one to Ross and act completely surprised like nothing's wrong. We're kind of asshole bitches, aren't we? Yeah, we are. No, don't do this to me. No. But more than that, huh? I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Mana calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her. or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel very happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I didn't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? Guys, this is it, isn't it? There's no turning back. When this screen fades in, it's all over. She really is a heavy sleeper. A swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up. Dummy. Back. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. At this time, the words of my grandfather, who at 92 years old survived both fucking World War II, a little bit of the Great Depression, and whatever the fuck the 60s, 70s, and 80s threw at him. 92. A little bit of advice. If you're choking on a bone, take a nice bite of bread and a big gulp of milk. I don't have milk, but I have water. Wash it right down. Why? Well, Pop, I'm boned. It didn't help. Sayori? Not good enough. What the fuck? $13 and up my ass. Fucking nobody should have to see this. Nobody. At all. How? Oh, is it now? What? You undertailing motherfucker. Oh, look! 3 o'clock! Is it 3 o'clock already? Wow! Wow, I didn't realize it was that late. Goodbye!